Hi there! Welcome to my home and to my kitchen. My name is Chanda Strozza and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now today I'm going to be making for you a main entree using Philadelphia cream cheese. The entree that I chose to make for you today is a cream cheese chicken crescent squares. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to get started on the cream cheese mixture for our chicken crescent squares first. And the first ingredient is 3 ounces of softened Philadelphia cream cheese. Now to our cream cheese, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. So we're just going to pour that right into our bowl. And we're going to combine these 2 ingredients together until they're well blended. So we have our cream cheese and our butter all mixed together. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So to our cream cheese mixture, we're going to add 2 cups of cooked chicken breasts. Now I'm using a boneless, skinless chicken breast that I've cooked ahead of time, and I've cut it into just small little bite-sized pieces. So we're going to go ahead and add our 2 cups of cooked chicken. Now to our chicken, we're going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. And about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. More or less to your liking. Okay, so now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. There's one, and one more. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of milk. Then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, just freshly squeezed lemon juice if you have it. If not, the kind that comes in the bottle is just as good. We're also going to add 1 tablespoon of chopped onion. And one last ingredient, we're going to add 1/4 cup of slivered almonds. Now I love adding the almonds into this recipe because it gives it just such a nice crunch to the chicken squares, and I love the flavors of the almond and the lemon together. So now what we're going to do is just combine all of these ingredients together, and then we'll be ready to assemble our chicken squares. Okay, so we have our chicken and our cream cheese mixture all blended together, and now we're ready to go ahead and get started on assembling our crescent squares. Now on this baking sheet here, I have 1 8-ounce package of refrigerated crescent rolls, and I've just laid out the crescent rolls, and I've cut it into 8 equal parts. So our crescent squares are going to have a top and a bottom, and this is going to make 4 crescent squares. So let's go ahead and get started assembling our first one. So we're just going to take one of these sections here and place it on our cutting board. Now, as I had mentioned, this is going to make 4 squares, so we're going to need to divide our mixture into 4 equal sections. So you can kind of just score it, just eyeball it to get your 4 equal parts. That looks about even. And then we're just going to take 1/4 of this mixture and place it right in the center of our crescent. Okay, nice big heaping of that there. And you may want to just spread it out a little bit. You want to leave at least 1 inch on the edge of your crescent rolls so that the mixture doesn't come oozing out. Okay, so now we're ready to put the top layer on. And I grew up with this recipe. My mom used to make these chicken crescent squares when she had her girlfriends over for lunch. And so I find myself making them a lot when I have my girlfriends over for lunch. I host an annual Mother's Day brunch, and these chicken crescent squares always seem to be on my menu. They are an excellent dish, an excellent combination, and who doesn't like chicken and cream cheese and crescent rolls? It's a great combination. So we have our top layer on, and you can see it's coming together very nicely. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to assemble the other 3 crescent squares, and then we're going to come back and I'll show you how we can decorate them to make them look pretty before we go ahead and put them in the oven. Okay, so I'm just putting the final touches on our last crescent roll, and what I'm doing is I'm pretty much just crimping, using a fork, I'm just crimping the dough, and what that's going to do is it's going to hold in, help to seal the dough together and hold in all of that wonderful cream cheese and chicken mixture that we have inside. And it makes it look pretty too. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make these chicken crescent squares look even more beautiful by putting a couple of ingredients on top. So let's go ahead and start with some butter. I have a tablespoon of melted butter here, and I'm just going to brush it on top of the entire crescent square, excuse me. Now the baking sheet that I'm using, it is an ungreased baking sheet, so you do not need to grease it. There is plenty of butter inside of our crescent rolls. Okay, so we have the butter on top. Now let's go ahead and add some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. We're just going to sprinkle those right on top of our crescent square. Okay, now we're going to add some of our slivered almonds. Remember, we have almonds inside of our chicken crescent squares. And if they fall off, just go ahead and push them on, no problem. And then we're going to finish it off with some color. So a little bit of chives on top. Okay, just going to go ahead and repeat that with the rest of our crescent squares. So our oven has been preheated to 350 degrees and our cream cheese chicken crescent squares are ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 20 minutes until they're nice golden brown on top. Okay, so we've pulled our chicken crescent squares out of the oven and you can see they're a nice golden brown. Now I promise you, these are going to be a huge hit with your guests. Don't they just look delicious? So there you have it, cream cheese chicken crescent squares made with Philadelphia cream cheese. So here's to happy endings. And until next time, God bless and enjoy.